Well, hello, everybody. It's been quite some time since I have come on live or done any social media. I actually, in case you didn't know, I had a detached retina and had to have emergency surgery. It was not that fun, but it worked out really well. And it's just part of a long recovery process. Um, the retina is reattached, which is great, but I don't know, they have a certain length of time that they need to keep in this thing so that it stays in place. And then we got to take that out and do another surgery. So get your eyes checked, because if I had um, found this sooner, it could have been like a quick and easy laser treatment. Anyway, I've used this time, it's been like a month. I've used this time to really like be with me and use my tools and listen to other inspirational things and like really look at what it is that I'm creating and what I'd like to create. And it's interesting because for a while, uh, and probably a lot longer, I will have a lot of difficulty in like making jewelry because it's like really close up detailed work. And it's kind of a challenge right now. And I think about the people who have, defined their life as like a um, maybe a soccer player or whatever, and like they hurt their knee or they break a leg or something, and then they can never run again or they can never play again. And this is not the case for me. I'll be able to see fine again. But it's like when you have something that you define as you and then it's taken away, for a lot of people, it creates a crisis because, like, this is how they've defined their life. And if they're not this, then what are they? Well, it brings me to the recent conversation in Access Consciousness, which is about personality or being. So we have lots of personalities. And each personality, it's like we've identified it as who we are. This is me, this is me, this is me, this is me in this situation, this is me in that situation, this is me being a mom, this is me being a jeweler, whatever it is. But if you weren't that personality, if you were actually the infinite being that you are, like, what would you be? And what other possibilities are there? And how different could you be in every single situation so that you could be what creates what you'd like to see in the world, rather than just falling into place and following what everybody else is doing, or following what you decided that you wanted to do when you were a kid or something, or what other people have decided that you should do or be. That keeps you from actually being present and choosing. How many of you feel like the life that you're living right now is what you would continue choosing if you knew you had anything in the world that you could choose? Or would you choose something different? And how many of you don't feel like you could choose something different? How many of you actually don't feel like you have choice? And how much of that is personality? So, bringing up all this energy, I'm going to use the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. You can find what it means on theclearingstatement.com, or I have a playlist on the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement as well. So everything this has brought up so far, will you destroy and uncreate it right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. It's a lot of energy. So I've also been looking at like, if I could choose anything, if I had access to a universe of energy, what would I create? And it's not about having an answer for this and like defining it and keeping it all small and controlled and perfectly pretty in a box. It's like it's to open you up to more things that you might not have considered before. You might be good at the thing that you're doing, but you might also have lots of talents and capabilities in lots of other areas that maybe you haven't explored yet. And so by asking the question, if I had access to a universe of energy, what would I create? What would I create? Just indulge yourself in asking and finding what comes to you. Asking questions and letting them be opens all kinds of doors that you never knew were there. And they open when they're ready, and the awareness comes in, and it can be a really cool aha moment, surprise, or it can be like, oh yeah, that, oh yeah, that, oh right, I forgot about that, you know. But it allows things to start moving again and opening up to more and more and more. Don't ask questions if you don't want to open up to more and more. If you like to keep everything small and controlled, that's okay. You don't have to ask a question. And I think that's why, for some of us, it's really hard to ask questions because we like to have things all neat and tidy and controllable. But eventually that gets a little bit boring. And so, what else? What else could be possible? What else is possible? And how much of the neat and controllable is actually controlled by personalities? So all the personalities that's bringing up, if you're willing, will you destroy and uncreate them? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povats, and beyonds. And allow your being to come out and play more. What is being anyway? Who are you being in any given situation? What if being is so undefined that you would have to be in a constant state of curiosity and exploration and adventure? Does that sound fun? If it does, let's go on that journey. There's so much more possible than what we've decided. It's like we got these little blinders on and we're just going along, doing the thing, ticking it off the list. Okay, yep, went to college, yep, got married, had kids, started the career, tick it off the list. Get up in the morning, brush your teeth, open the shades, shower, get dressed. And like, if you ever feel like you're on this hamster wheel and you're just like doing, and you get to a point where you're like, what is the point? Are you unfulfilled? That's where the being comes in. When you're being, that's when you get fulfilled. So what is it that you could be? What is it that you would like to be that you haven't allowed yourself to be because you've let personalities run the show? And everything that brings up times a godzillion. Will you destroy and uncreate it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine shorts, boys, povads, and beyonds. And hopefully, after each of the clearings, you start to perceive a shift, some lightness. I know when I bring up personality, it's like taking a big scoop of heaviness, big scoop of poop, but we're scooping it and we're pock and potting it and we're getting rid of it so that we have more space, more lightness, more choice, more being. So if you are truly being, what would you choose? Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive, to know, to receive, and to be, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So I will begin doing more coffee talks with guests. It would be really nice to hear from you all, like what kind of subjects you would like us to chat about. And we'll do our best. For now, just maybe play with, am I using personality or being in this situation? And you can pock and pod the personalities, or even simply asking, is this personality or being? Like if you get upset about something, is that personality or being? Like, does it really matter? You know, if you miss the light and you have to sit there another 3 minutes, is that personality or being? And it just sort of melts the angst. And then you get to play in this light energy of possibility. All right, so this will be a short one today. I will have new guests, and I thank you guys for watching and for all your feedback. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you soon.